to dance, man. Let me dance with you. Let me dance with you. Get over here.
Or what?
Okay.
Okay. Come on, BTS. Let's do a stand-in.
You're being really.
This is why China is gonna destroy you.
Okay.
Shout out North Korea. I don't care. This is my show. I take the shit over. You probably Trump's country. These gonna lock me in the country, I'ma make bread. If these lock me in the country, I'ma make bread. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Send that to the prosecutor.
This guy looks like the first person to ever arrive on Earth. I mean, it's no wonder he acts like a straight Neanderthal when he generally looks like he would be a part of the BriZ family. Real quick, just want to give credit to the YouTubers on screen for helping me find clips and information on this kidney stone of a person. Make sure to check them out in the description along with my Instagram that you should already be following. Y'all better tighten up. Your boy is out here trying to get them Lululemon deals, so help a brother out and drop a follow. Alright, welcome back, ladies and ladies with dicks. Have you been feeling down on yourself recently? Like life just hasn't been seeming like it's a box of chocolates. Well, if that sounds like you, then I think this video will serve as a friendly reminder that you're not useless. You do matter and have worth in this world, because the person that we are going to be covering today is the spitting image of what it means to be worthless. By the time this is over, you're going to walk out of here feeling like Nelson Mandela or some sort of protector of peace in comparison to this piece of garbage streamer that looks like untreated lymphoblastic leukemia. For some subtle context and to set the tone of what kind of person Johnny Somali really is, he is a IRL streamer that travels across the world and documents his experiences visiting different countries. Except his quote experience is simply harassing and terrorizing the citizens of wherever he visits until he gets beat up, arrested, and deported out of the country until he moves somewhere else so he can repeat the same cycle all over again.
Talk about swing or not, like. Gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money, for clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a f.
I was waiting, bro. I was waiting.
We're ready, Reddit, Twitter, come.
I wanted to stop on this.
Hank is here tonight. We're not scared.
Go to Johnny's there.
He claims to have a brutal background of being a former child soldier and Somali pirate before he started streaming, basically acting like he had the origins of Thorfinn before he picked up a camera, when in reality all evidence points towards him being a regular guy that was born in Arizona and graduated at ASU with a degree in finance. It's important to understand moving forward that every word this man queefs out of his teeth is a complete and utter lie. He fabricates every aspect of his sad existence like Clayton from The Amazing World of Gumball. They both share the similar fashion of not being able to tell the truth worth a shit just so they can appear cool to a bunch of mentally impaired middle schoolers. At least I hope that would be this man's main demographic, for the reason that I find it very hard to believe anybody over the age of 12 would watch content like this and start to giggle until their belly rolls jiggled.
Right to say you should never have kids. Your father was right. Your father was right.
Shit like this. Where is your dad? Where is your mom? Where is your family?
If you are one of the few Spectrum soldiers out there that found this to be amusing, please do the world a favor by clicking off this video, delete your 4chan account and the Gooning gallery you saved off of r/hentai, shave your neck beard that's riddled with Dorito dust, and have a nice hard look on the impact you want to leave in this life. Because let me tell you right now, idolizing this man is your one-way trip to becoming a certain failure. Nobody was safe at the time from the wrath of Johnny, and neither are you when it comes to your online information being compromised. Take this screenshot from one of my relatives showing all of his private information, including his home address and phone numbers, which is all only one Google search away from being uncovered. I'm sure if he knew this, he would start boarding up his windows knowing all of his personal information is being sold to the black market. Data brokers are companies that rely on selling your data online to pesky scammers, spammers, and even stalkers for their own profit. Your full name, email, home address, health records, your relatives, it's all out there. Legally, these companies are required to remove your info once you request them to, but they make the process confusing and close to impossible on purpose to keep filling their pockets with your data. We all need a better way to protect our private information from being vulnerable online. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. It's shocking how much of our personal information is out there waiting to be misused and how easily Aura can take care of it. Aura doesn't just help with the data broker removal tool, it also provides 24/7 monitoring to keep keep your account secure, notifies you if your info gets found on the dark web. Aura also comes in pretty handy with their own secure VPN, antivirus, and password management features. The best part, it's all in one app. I don't have to juggle multiple services just because companies can't keep my data secure. With Aura, I always feel more in control of my online presence. It's always working in the background, keeping me and my family safe from data breaches and identity theft. Plus, if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection, along with having 24/7 contact with US fraud experts that are always ready to help you. If you want to take control of your online privacy too, you can go to aura.com/BriZ to try it out. The link is also in the description down below. However, it always wasn't like this though. Johnny initially started out with pretty innocent intentions and shared the same issue many young adults face in our generation, of not knowing what to do in life. Being in a phase of limbo when you're down on your dick, watching the days merge into weeks and the weeks cross into months while you remain cemented down in what feels like the exact same spot. Well, Johnny was also caught in that period of uncertainty until he decided to ultimately gamble it all by using the money he saved from renting a vape shop to live out his passion of being a travel vlogger.
School for 4 years, you go work for 40 years, you end up in a cubicle with a suit on and a tie, getting the same salary as everybody else. Where's the mobility in life? I would rather take a risk and live a different life, you know what I mean? Live in different countries, meet new people. And that's why I kind of aspired to start my own business, and that's what I did. I ran a vape company for a while, I still run it now, and that kind of gives me the freedom and the income to pursue my passion, which has also always been content creation.
How adorable. If it was literally any other person on the planet, I would be pumping my fist up rooting for this guy to chase his dreams, but it's Johnny, and you'll see why his great big dreams cause everybody else's worst nightmares. The first videos he posted to YouTube wasn't him being a public nuisance, but rather simply touring through the streets of foreign cities that he was visiting, even having times where he was polite and showed respect to the people he encountered there, which almost sounds like pure science fiction today. See, the problem at the time wasn't his behavior, it was his boring ass content that sucked that failed him to get any traction in the first place. The videos were highly unedited and just lacked any sort of direct point for people to watch it. There was no main topic and it was filled with long clips of him wandering around the street with muffled background audio. Imagine your out-of-state drunk uncle FaceTiming you at 2 in the morning while he's out bar hopping. That's practically what it felt like watching this man's old videos. After seeing that his hopes of becoming a big YouTuber were beginning to crumble, instead of Johnny maybe learning how to edit a video through something more advanced than KineMaster, he just decided to say one day, you know what, I'm gonna destroy my life. I am gonna fully wreck my shit up, dog, to the point of no return. I'm gonna make sure my family disowns me and stops their entire bloodline just because they're related to a degenerate that looks like Diddy Jr. if he had downs. And that's exactly what he ended up choosing to do, officially kicking off his villain arc and giving us the Johnny we all know and absolutely don't love in the present day. The place he decided to be ground zero to spread his reign of terror in would sadly end up being Japan, where immediately after arrival he began screaming obscene things like Nagasaki and Hiroshima to offend natives on a Japanese subway that were solely there, by the way, just so they could get to their jobs. And I really feel like that word is a slur for Johnny's underdeveloped brain, because it seems like every time he encounters a bunch of people being productive, he immediately starts to snap, almost like the Winter Soldier going through a memory wipe, where seeing all these people with happy lives and good careers sparks some animalistic rage inside him that he just can't control. See, in Johnny's twisted world, if his life is miserable, then everybody's around him has to be miserable as well.
Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You know why you do this? Pearl Harbor. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You know history. What? You know. What? Okay, what do you mean?
Where are you from?
You know where I'm from?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
You're from America?
Yes.
So am I.
You're from America.
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
You know what we do to you?
What do you do?
We will do again.
Do what?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You understand?
Do you think I'm Japanese?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Where are you from? What's your ethnicity?
Texas, buddy.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm Korean.
Then sit down, brother.
Why don't you sit your ass?
Korean War, you know what happened to you?
Come on, you're being obnoxious, brother.
Don't touch me,
Leave
brother.
this guy alone.
Korean War, North Korean War, you know what we did to you? You said to me? You better move
Come on,
away.
man. Just calm down a little bit.
You know what we do. CX, hashtag
Hey, how many
CX.
subs you have?
Bro, I'm at 1,000 subs right now.
Nice.
Well, it's the thought that counts. Truthfully, he only told a little white lie. I mean, 16 subs is pretty close to 1,000, I'd say, only a few hairs away. Shoutouts to this American hero, though, for stepping up to Johnny's tomfoolery. You might be a little upset this man held on to his self-control and didn't mollywop him to the floor. Luckily for everybody but Johnny, the same can't be said for the future people he would encounter. Take this guy with glasses as a soft prophet that's trying to give Johnny a warning, since shortly after this went down, he would end up getting decked in the face after harassing Draken from Tokyo Revengers.
What? All you have to say don't grab nothing. Oh.
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
外国人同士喧嘩してんぞ、殴り合いめっちゃしてんぞ。
Unfortunately, because of guidelines, I had to blur every good part, but in case you didn't tell, this guy not only rocked the hell out of Johnny, but he also ran up and clocked his cameraman out too. Just really gave them boys a nice 1-2 fuck you combo while roaring at them like All Might. After the two got done recovering from seeing stars, they would move on to their next antic, which was to stream themselves trespassing onto a Japanese warehouse or factory. I'm not too sure, the workers there appear to be over the age of 7, so it ain't Sheen. But he would instantly get kicked out practically the moment he would arrive there.
I am sorry. Oh, he's going in the warehouse, dog. Oh my god, Chad, what the f did I get myself into? Oh, he's mad. He's getting mad, bro. He's getting activated, dog. Chat. He's getting activated, dog.
If you thought that wasn't bad enough, he would then do what many people think led to his first of many arrests, which was to blast panic sirens that is only supposed to go off when North Korea is launching a missile attack against Japan. He thought it would be a terrific idea to start blasting the siren in the middle of a crowded small town restaurant, striking a lot of panic and fear to the natives that were just trying to eat there.
Hawaii. Chinese phone.
This guy makes Logan Paul look like Japan's national hero. Obviously, the people there were rightfully pissed off for having them believe that they were going to be blown to smithereens, so once they realized this hobgoblin was playing a sick joke, they immediately notified the police, who arrested Johnny and charged him with obstruction of business, which got him fined for around $1,500. I honestly think that is a small chunk of change, considering the fact that this man made a couple dozen people believe they were about to be atomized.
Gino!
Anonymous sent $5.
Who's this guy? What's up? Who's this guy? Who are you guys? Police? Police? What the f***? Why are you fucking laughing at me? What the f*** is this? なんて言ってます？了解です。あ、ということで、OK。OK、かけるよ。はい。あ、じゃあ、差し押さえ。全部差し押さえない。携帯電話と関係する証拠品。
I apologize for the random pig being slaughtered in the background. I'm guessing one of the 16 Somali disciples saw the cops and donated that to be funny. Congratulations to whatever 2-liter bottled shape inbred that took the time out of their day to donate money to this degenerate. I'm sure it took a lot of effort to remove your fingers you had lodged deep into your cousin to hit that donate button, so hats off to you, soldier. See, what baffles me about these streamers the most isn't even the streamers themselves. It's the semen demons that fund and encourage this guy's sick behavior for their own entertainment. I feel like I would be at a more peace of mind dumping all my money into stake.com and OnlyFans than knowing that I even gave this guy a single dollar. Side rant aside though, the aftermath of this arrest led to Johnny spending 90 days in jail along with getting deported from Japan. He basically got permabanned from ever entering the country again. In the face of public outrage along with being kicked out of the country, you would think Johnny would finally learn a life lesson on the art of respect and why it's so important to show it to everyone you come across. But no, instead this guy saw this as his destiny. Getting kicked out of every country for being annoying was now his new life goal, and he wouldn't stop until we sent his ass off into the moon. The next country he would head off to be brutally bullied in was no other than Israel, where as soon as he would touch down, he would instantly start harassing and trying to touch women there, one of whom being a girl that was only the age of 16. For any sane adult out there, if you approached a woman and heard that, you would be running away until the cows came home. But to 24-year-old Johnny, he heard that as music to his ears. Matter of fact, he proceeded to step even closer and proudly exclaimed that he was a minor refiner.
Too young for you, I guess.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
It's legal here in Israel. Take me to jail, police, come. Age ain't nothing but a number. You need an older man with some money. That's what you need. I really groom her. I'll really groom you. I swear to God.
Yeah, this guy needs to be thrown into the lowest level of the impel down, if that can even hold him, because that literally is the only place he deserves to be at after saying something this criminal. I mean, what kind of Black Mirror dystopia are we living in? I thought not too long ago we had to host entire sting operations and hopefully get it shared by big platforms to help catch these freaks. But now the freaks are the platform itself. For all the ladies out there watching that aren't strapped with pepper spray, I really hope this clip can convince you otherwise, because you never know when Micro Dick Flick from The Bug's Life will pop out and try to holler at you. So with Johnny failing to set the score with women of his dating preference being minors, he decided the next group to harness his horniness onto was female police officers, saying that he was going to snatch them by the punani, which went as well as you would expect because this little stunt turned out to be the catalyst for his second arrest, due to a couple of male officers also being on the scene who overheard this guy rizzing up their partner like a Reddit mod.
Don't touch me. I'll slap that ass. I'll grab it too. Donald Trump told me grab it by the pussy. I'll grab that too. Stop playing with me. I don't give a f. Oh, you a bad. I swear to God. You a bad. I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God. I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby. Baby, I'll change your life. I promise you. Okay, I'll go. What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Relax. America. I'm in the saddle. I'm from America. What are you doing?
I'm honestly shocked the cop didn't start punching him harder once he heard that. But a really smart play from Johnny here to just repeatedly scream that he's American like that was worth even a tiny fuck. I mean, what are you gonna say next, that your dad works for Xbox? There's no way you thought saying that you were American would instantly have everybody start treating you like royalty or be seen as some superior being, especially in a Middle Eastern country. You're like the poster child to why foreigners hate American tourists and feed into every stereotype they have about us. So the fact that you thought everybody was gonna bow down at your knees like you're their messiah is absolutely hilarious. However, what's not funny though is the short amount of time Johnny actually spent behind bars, since he never even got the chance to see them. He was uncuffed and let loose out onto the streets not even an hour after his initial arrest. So with the police not being the ones to step up and deliver this guy justice, the people of Israel would decide to take it into their own hands by throwing hands with Johnny anytime they caught him out on the streets.
Ow! Hey, don't touch me, man. Hey. Oh.
I swear, he lives in every country like it's one giant episodic cartoon where he'll get completely beaten up and pulverized only to come back the next episode like nothing ever happened. After taking about 1,000 fists from Israelis, he eventually had enough and decided to embark on the next country he wanted to spread his infestation on, being South Korea. If only he went a little up north. Luckily though, all of us watching get a pretty happy ending because South Korea would let it be known to Johnny that they're not going to allow him to cross any boundaries or disrespect their people and culture, because now he's running the possibility of facing 30 years in prison for the atrocities that he committed there. The first of many offenses was blasting music in a Korean convenience store, disrespecting an old lady that was trying to help him out by saying drinking alcohol in public was illegal, which is what he was doing, then launching noodles at customers that were walking in, just completely acting like he's gone feral.
No. Look here. I eat that ramen. What are you talking about?
안 된다고요. 그렇죠, 안 된다고.
Shut up, bitch.
police?
Call the police, stupid ass bitch.
This is middle school cafeteria behavior. Like, how is there not even a sliver of shame coursing throughout this guy's body to realize there's no amount of money in the world that's worth sacrificing your dignity to this degree? The next stunt he would pull off was to start groping a sacred statue that was dedicated to women that were victims of sex slavery during World War II. So for you to lather yourself up in baby oil and start lap dancing all over it, it's just pretty weird, man. Like, there's not even one aspect of humor to even find here. And to make matters worse, this wasn't even the only statue he did this to. He would also make out with an entirely different one and then print the photo out so he can proudly show the people how much he cares for their culture.
Hey guys, you want to look at this photo? Is this a good photo? You like this photo?
Obviously, the people of South Korea were outraged by what Johnny has done, so they all united together to constantly track him down and follow wherever this guy goes so they can start throwing blows at him. Every single time he would start a new stream, there would be more bandages and gauze wraps riddled across his face from getting clobbered the night before. It practically became so bad that even bounties were placed on Johnny for whoever could knock him out first. He almost started walking around looking like the confish from SpongeBob due to how badly he was getting beaten down.
뇌병변 장애 있나 봐. What's up?
Trust me.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great night.
Go to Johnny's stream. We're gonna have a good time.
어디가? 어디가? What you mean? 어디가? 어디가? What is 어디가?
If you're gonna portray yourself as this unstoppable villain that rules the streets of Seoul, I feel like the least you could do is fight back towards the people attacking you instead of curling up into a ball and shouting that you're from America. He would ruin his life more by pretending to get into a relationship with a Korean influencer, deep faking the two making out, which he was somehow proud of.
There you have this as well.
YouTuber claiming she is his girlfriend. However, some viewers raised questions that the look unnatural and speculated that it was created using deepfake AI. A person who makes and/or disseminates AI and deepfake videos can face upwards of up to 7 years in prison or be fined $36,000.
I'ma keep it real. At this point, you just gotta go gay, bro. Because even if it's for attention, the fact that you're blushing over watching yourself canoodling with a robot is just pathetic. Unlike in America, where you'll come across an AI video every reel you swipe on, in South Korea, it is heavily restricted to create or share any sort of fake generated content, and doing so in the provocative manner that Johnny did can result with him facing up to 7 years in prison. And this gift just kept on giving, because he would also catch additional charges for the man-baby meltdown he had at the convenience store, the statues that he groped, and brand new charges that I'd never even seen before, like him waving around a dead fish in people's faces, I guess as a prank, blasting North Korean music on a city bus, and to top it all off, this guy was high out of his mind off the John F. Kennedy. He was ripping fat blinkers while doing all this, which is fine and dandy in the Americas, but once you typically get to Asian countries, they start seeing it like crack. Carrying any on you can result with 5 years in prison and tens of thousands of dollars in fines. However, I don't believe that is an official charge that's on Johnny's record yet, so him facing time for that looks highly unlikely. For the South Korean police to start their investigation, they would briefly apprehend Johnny to scan his ID and take away his passport, really sending the message that they're cracking down big on him. I mean, every country we've covered so far, they've done everything in their God-given power to get Johnny the hell out of there. But South Korea is making sure his ass can never leave. The police would then release him back onto the streets so he can continue causing more terror and racking up felonies, since it should be known that Korea doesn't detain people prior to their sentencing. So as long as the skinwalker keeps harassing people, they can just keep piling more charges onto him, since Johnny's forced to stay in the country until all of his charges and fines have been served and paid off. So with his history, he might as well get started with Rosetta Stone, because this motherfucker is never leaving. Truth be told, I think he'll be stuck in South Korea until the sun explodes.
No, talk to my friend. Talk. Talk. No, talk. No. Passport. Passport for what? Passport. Let's talk over here. I'm not talk to my Korean friend. Korean. Translate. Translate. I will give you, but translate. Hey, passport. Bro, these niggas are retarded. Why don't you take his passport? My God, what is the problem? Dancer. Oh my God, they're recording it. This is crazy.
After what felt like eons, Johnny would eventually have his first court hearing, which I guess still wasn't enough to shake him back into reality. Because despite being ordered to never stream again, he would go live on Rumble the night before his court date, completely hammered off soju at 3 a.m., just simply doing what he does best of being a complete degenerate and incriminate himself even further.
I don't give a... These gonna lock me in the country, I'm gonna make bread. If these lock me in the country, I'm gonna make bread. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Send that to the prosecutor. My live stream donators, they gonna get it rich and oil because they feel bad that I've been locked here.
All the crimes he committed were literally for $5. Street hookers in the middle of Idaho make more than this guy. Like, it's actually sad he believes a few dozen glue-eating troglodytes that tune into his stream are going to become his financial saviors. Nobody watches you for your striking content or irresistible charm, Johnny. People only want to watch you fall, to throw $5 so they can witness you pay thousands of dollars in fines for it. There's absolutely no good investment in doing this. You are ruining your entire life for the price of Costco hamburger buns. He seems to be under this delusion that his audience generally cares about him and only donate due to the fact that they see great potential for his future. Like they're not the ones that are actively trying to end his future. There's more clips of himself getting way too drunk that night. For example, one of them was himself hatching up an escape plan to get out of Korea by pretending to plead for insanity, which almost would have been not even close to still genius, but his dumbass said all of this live to his stream that was being closely monitored by the feds.
When I go to the judge tomorrow and say, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm mentally ill, I don't know what's going on, I have a bipolar disorder, and what may I do? I left my medication in America, I don't know what's happening, Your Honor, please help me, I'm a psycho.
He's just a lost cause. I bet the prosecutors are rubbing their hands together like Birdman watching him lay his plan out. Johnny would almost throw up everywhere shortly after this clip too. I mean, it's baffling how little someone can value their own life. I thought I had it down bad when I popped out the family functions a little zooted, but this guy is doing all this 4 hours before his trial in a foreign country. When the next morning finally arrived, Johnny surprisingly didn't show up until an hour after his trial officially began. He stumbled into the courthouse, hungover, rocking a Trump hat and a comically oversized suit that was nowhere close to fitting him. I mean, he generally rolled up to his trial looking like Bob out of Beetlejuice. He made faces like a toddler towards Atozy and other YouTubers who traveled to South Korea to attend his trial, but that behavior wouldn't last too long. When he was finally seated, he was met with an Elder Scroll list of charges, including obstruction of business, public harassment, and lewd behavior in public, mostly for the statue he dry humped, with additionally facing more potential charges with the deepfake scandal he did with the Korean streamer Bong Bong. I mean, he's just collecting crimes like they're Pokemon at this point. He's out here hitting them all. Next week, it'll be arson and vehicular manslaughter with a milk truck. I'm sure you're picturing Johnny to be making the face of distraught Darwin upon hearing this news, and you would be absolutely right because he instantly pled guilty to everything he's been accused of. His next court hearing is expected to happen this month in May, but before he could even be properly sentenced, Johnny had to go out and get another deep faking charge from a different streamer, which could give him another decade in prison. So with taking everything into account, we're looking at Johnny possibly being behind bars for 31 years. I think it's important to realize though that's the maximum sentence he's facing, so it's highly unlikely he'll rot behind there for 3 decades. If I had to take a guess, I would probably estimate him serving around 4 to 5 years in the can, considering axe-wielding murderers don't even serve there for that long, so 30 years for his antics does seem slightly extreme. We're talking about South Korea here, not the North. Either way, his life is ruined. His family has openly disowned him out of their lives.
My family disowned me. My dad told me, you caused the whole world stress. I'm ashamed to be your father. The only thing I'm really tripping over is because my dad told me he does not want me to have kids. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just go back to crashing out. Y'all don't like me anyway.
The entire population of the country he's trapped in for years hates him, and his only Korean friend Hank, who Johnny lives with due to being homeless, is starting to get tired of his drunken antics as well.
Then come here and sit for us.
Dude, you bought another one?
No, it's the same one we had.
No, it's not.
Ace it is.
You finished the last one.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I'm lying to you. It isn't one. All right, come Hank. Don't the bike. Can you dance with Diddy with me one time?
Well, why are you like drinking so much, man? Come on.
Listen to Diddy with me, please.
All right.
If there's anyone out there that deserves the hate and punishments that's coming towards them, it's absolutely Johnny. IRL streamers as a whole are the bottom scum of the content barrel, and I'm hoping Johnny's story can inspire the oncoming generations of iPad kids to not turn out to be complete degenerate losers like this guy. Because there are deranged yeast-covered beasts out there that will watch people like Johnny and Jack Doherty and find inspiration to go out into the world and be like them. So I'm happy at least one country is really making an example out of nuisance streaming and why it's not a very good career path to strive for. That's really the end of this man's story though. There's not really too much else to say or cover. He hired an attorney off Fiverr, I'm guessing, to help him with his upcoming court hearing, but that's about all the updates there is to report on this human fleshlight. So I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to slap a like on this vid before your dad slaps you. Subscribe if you hit my vibe, and as always, follow all my socials, including my Instagram. The links for those will be down in the description below. I think the next video will be Jack Doherty part 367. His whole entire life is falling apart. His girl left him, he's broke, and he just had a diss track made on him by the guy who robbed him out of his $300,000 chain. So that's gonna be a real hoot and a holler. But I love you all, and I will see you all very soon. Alright, I'm gonna head out this bitch.